Okay, I'm sassy with the crowd. Say less if we ain't talking about the cash. My life, I put it all on blast. That's right, so I can show you the path.
Good morning. My name is Danny and welcome back to my vlog. What is on the agenda for this week? Well, for today. I am heading to go wash clothes because I'm so lucky to not have a washing machine. So I have to actually go to the laundromat. I have some other errands. I need to run to the store. I need to run to the post office. But I'm gonna be talking to you guys a little bit later about what I found to assist in me being in remission for my Graves' disease. And it's something simple that pretty much anybody can change or do in order to assist in the maintenance of keeping your immune system strong and basically not under attack. But anyway, I'm about to get dressed and I will see y'all in a bit. I'm heading out, bugs everywhere. I'm heading out to go wash clothes because that is a weekly occurrence that I have to leave the house for. And I'm probably gonna run a few errands, go to the store. Meanwhile, the neighborhood cats are harassing me. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Who are you? And why do you keep being like this? You need some friends? You need some friends?
I'm not recording you. Thank you. Make this pit stop at the laundromat so I can go on by my day and get some other stuff done. I think today I want to get some plants because my plants are lonely and I haven't bought a new plant in like 4 months. So actually I'm lying. I just got some succulents like 2 weeks ago. But I still think it's time for some new plants.
One of you Ben?
Yes. Ben. Yes.
Oh, that's Ben.
That's
Okay.
Ben. Okay.
Oh,
We're here to pick up the donation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. I'm picking up for Danny.
Annie? Anything else? However you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Okay, y'all, so I wanted to come really quickly. This little blurb that I'm about to say is for the folks that follow me who have autoimmune diseases, because I was chit-chatting with someone who was asking me questions here on one of my videos about basically what I've been eating and doing in order to put my Graves into remission. Initially, I shared that I thought that my Graves was due to the fact that I was not properly hydrated. I'd gone to the doctor and the nurse basically told me that I was severely dehydrated. Even though I felt totally normal, nothing was out of the ordinary except me experiencing some Graves symptoms. So that led me to believe that I was probably chronically dehydrated. And I was so confused because I was like, okay, I drink water all the time. Listen, when I tell you I drink water all of the time, I did not understand how I could possibly be dehydrated. Now, I do know that I have dealt with anemia for probably the last 30 years of my life. I also know that I have a very dry, or before now, I had a very dry diet, which means I ate a lot of dry food. So I was a big person. I've always been a big snacker. I've never really, been big on cooking like big meals. And so I always ate really small granola bars, nuts. Basically, my diet was very dry. And so I just thought, well, maybe that was something that contributed to me being dehydrated because I drink a lot of water. Well, that was one of the things, is that I've noticed that ever since I've been in remission, my diet isn't as dry as it used to be. I do a lot of soups, I do a lot of fruits and cooked veggies, so I don't do the snacking on those types of foods like I used to. Now, again, I was still baffled at how I was severely dehydrated. For a person who drinks water constantly, I just found that to be difficult, but she said I was dehydrated. She wouldn't even take my blood because she said I was so severely dehydrated, so she wanted to give me an IV first. And so this kind of set me on the path of getting my IVs that I get like once every maybe month and a half or so. I'll go get an IV because I realize I feel so much better after I get an IV. I only had one episode where I thought I was having grave symptoms, but really it was just something that I ate that triggered it. And just one day I was reading this article about zero waste, and it was a portion of the article was saying how a lot of our drinking water and products that we use have plastics in them, and they're not just harmless, innocuous plastics. They are like plastics that cause cancer, cause cardiopulmonary issues, cause lung issues. So I just decided to delve deeper into that, and what I realized is that a part of the reason why I probably was not as hydrated as I could have been was the fact that although I was drinking water, I was consuming anywhere between 5 and 8 water bottles. And the problem with that, they were regular plastic water bottles from a water company that I fancied. Problem with the water bottles is that you don't know where those water bottles were stored before they got to you. You don't know what temperature those water bottles were stored in. And the problem with plastic is that once it heats up, it starts to leach plastic toxins into your beverages, your food. Although you may drink a lot of water, you may not be hydrated properly because the thing that's supposed to nourish you and supposed to hydrate your organs and your blood is filled with plastic. From my research, there's really no way to filter microplastics from your bloodstream, from your organs. The only thing that you can do is avoid them. If anything else, you can drink more filtered water to help in that elimination process through your kidneys and, just filtering all of the bad things, all the toxins out. In order for me to do what's right by not only myself, but for my daughter, I have to stop being lazy in a lot of ways because the laziness is creating health problems. Listen, like I said, I used to be anemic. I have been chewing on ice from water bottles for I don't know how long. Like, I remember back in the day, I would freeze my water bottles and then break the ice up in the water bottles and eat the ice out of the water bottle because I wasn't taking my iron pills like I should, and so I was having pica. It's when you're slamming your water bottle, slamming plastic up against a hard object to crush up ice, what is also being leached from that water bottle? Yes, plastic. I was just doing myself a disservice all the way around. And who knows what role that played as far as my thyroid goes, but I just wanted to come and share that. Like I said, a lot of times water just seems so innocuous and so innocent, and it's like, this is something that's good for me. It can't possibly be doing anything harmful. Well, that's not 100% correct. What I did do is I bought this filtered water bottle. It's a glass bottle and it has a filter inside of it. I feel like at this point, everybody should have their own personal water bottle with some type of filtration inside, just because you just never know what can happen in an emergency situation or whatever the case may be, and you may need clean water. Definitely research finding yourself a water bottle that is not plastic, because the studies are still out on BPA. It has been shown to still cause endocrine problems, estrogen problems in mice. So although they say that BPA-free plastic is safe, the jury is still out on that. I would recommend getting you glass containers or stainless steel containers and drinking your water from those, because at least, even if you are eating stuff that's still in plastic containers, at least your fresh water is not coming from a plastic container that could potentially have plastic particles, microparticles inside of it. Definitely research that. And like I said, this is more so for my people who have autoimmune disease. Our health is already fragile, and so water should be the last of our concerns. But it's also for people who just want to feel better overall and just have better health, glass water bottles, water canisters, or stainless steel is probably going to be your best bet. Do not drink fresh water from plastic bottles. Guaranteed there are microplastics floating in it, and you are drinking those, and they are very hard to eliminate from your body. That's just my little blurb I wanted to put out there. I've been doing this probably for the last month. After I had my last little scare with my thyroid, I was like, okay, let me take a look at everything that I'm doing. I don't want to be fanatical, but I definitely want to make changes in places that I can make changes. Again, a filtered glass bottle. It has a filter inside, and it filters all of the water that's inside of this container. I am in no way being paid to talk about this or whatever the case is, but I did want to share because someone did reach out to me and they had questions about what I was doing in order to stay in remission. Because Graves' disease is scary. It is scary. You have your heart palpitations, you have all kinds of other issues just on a daily basis that we go through. And so anything that can help alleviate that, like, I am more than happy to share. So anyway, I'm gonna carry on with my day. Coming to get another snake plant because I'm trying to like create a wall behind my dining room table. Jesus. So I need a medium-sized snake plant, and the options are basically either they're real small or real freaking big. But I need an in-between. Either that or I want to get a monstera, which I know they're really hard to come by when you go to like Lowe's or Home Goods, but I'm hoping I can get lucky. That I ordered for my photo frame. I got it off Etsy, and I love this particular artist. Like, she has such beautiful art. So here is my pillow cover. It's 22 inches by 22 inches. All right, y'all, so I am getting ready to repot my fiddle leaf. Let's get into it.
Grind every day, that's for sure. Gotta hustle, this LA, that's for sure. It's a grind every day, that's for sure. Gotta hustle, this LA, that's for sure.